Hi guys, in today's video I am going to be talking about makeup brushes, which ones I use, what are my favorites, what are maybe some of my unfavorites, and some of the fakes that are out there. Are they comparable and worth getting? Well, we'll see. If you want to find out, just keep watching. Okay, let's start with my eye brushes. Normally when I'm filming, this is what I have in front of me. Yeah, that's a lot. But I go through and I pull out the ones that I use the most. So on a daily basis, these are the ones I pretty much have in front of me because I know I can just start grabbing and use any of these. So let's go through them in the order of which I would use them. We're going to start out with, this is one of my LUXIE brushes. This is the 207. Set those all down, sorry. So this one is a nice angled brush, and I like that one to go all over into my whole upper eyelid area. So that gets in, it's got a nice angle that I can just follow along my brow line, and it gets into all those little nooks and crannies, and it's super, super soft. So love this one. When I go in and do my transition shade, I've just recently switched back to my BDELLIUM tools. This is a 785 brush. I like this one because it's whiter and fluffier. And I'm sorry, all my brushes are really dirty right now. I need to clean them. But it's really nice and white and fluffy, and it really gets the product all over there, all over that area. Nice, and it blends it out really, really well. Then when I want to start going into my crease, I'll move over to these two Morphe brushes. These are part of the 707 Copper Dream set. They look real similar, but one's a little bit taller than the other and comes to a little bit more of a point. And that really allows me to get into the crease area with these and give more detail. These do not have numbers on them. Nothing in that set has numbers. So if you've ever seen me using the white ones, they're just part of that set, and I don't have a number on them. Another LUXIE brush that I like using to get in and do a little more detail is the 231. This is a little more fine and a little bit tapered, so it's just a shorter brush. That is great for getting into the outer part of the crease. Then for blending brushes, I kind of switch between these two Morphe brushes. One is the M412 and the other is the 502. One is fluffier and one has a finer tip to it. So I'll use both of these. This one is a lot softer. This one's a little more rough, but they both do a great job of getting in and blending. So very thrilled with these. When I do my pencil brushes, I go between the one from my Morphe set and then this one by the Morphe white set, and then the Morphe MB27, which is a little bit fatter. You can see that there. This one comes to more of a point, whereas this one's a little more rounded, and also this one's thicker and has more of a hardness to it, where that one's a little bit softer. Then on the lid, I kind of grab whatever I want to for that. So I have another LUXIE. This is a 211. That one has a nice point to it, so it's great for getting right into the inner part of your eye and just following right along the lid if you want to carve that out. When I want to start going into smaller detail brushes, this is kind of just a little mosh podge of ones that I have. I don't even think these are any names. Coastal Scents, BH Cosmetics, and a Lamora brush. Then for an angled brush, I go in with my LUXIE, the 215. So that one is the one you'll see me go right along the lash line. This is great for doing your brows, anything that's detailed like that. Oh, let's see, then I also have the LUXIE 229. This is a tapered brush. It's a little bit bigger than the other one and has more of a dome shape to the top. And then just to go in and do brows, eyelashes, I just have a simple little e.l.f. brow comb combo. I think I spent $1 on this one. So that's some of the eye brushes. I'll get into a few more here and we'll go over them. Okay, a couple other tools I cannot live without is having a spoolie on hand. This is one by BH Cosmetics. It started out straight. I bent it because I find it's easier than to just go in with brows instead of trying to do this kind of angle. I also do that on some of my mascara wands too. It really helps get those brows in shape. Then I have this little device. I got it off of Amazon, so I'll leave a link down below for it. I think I spent just like $5, $6 on it. But it is great for getting into your eyelashes, which I won't do right now because I have on false eyelashes. But it really gets in there and combs those out and gets out any clumps and separates out the eyelashes. Those people that use the safety pin or the straight pin on your eyelashes, get rid of that. Go with this. This is much safer. It's blunt. You're not going to poke yourself in the eye with it. Love, love, love this. And then I just have a wide selection of other brushes that I use. Pretty much, again, different shapes and sizes. So they're at my fingertips should I need them. I have some that are, come back here, some like this that are just a flat, excuse me, these ones are just a total flat brush, so they're great for also getting in under the eyes or going up along your brow if you want to take a highlight to that. I've got a lot of the LUXIE brushes. Let me just pull some of these out. What I like is you can buy these brushes individually, and then they also come in some sets. And that's what I end up doing, is pretty much picking and choosing what brushes I like. Let's see. So these are the other LUXIE brushes that I have and I use. They have the small detail set, which would include little ones like these, just for getting in and doing that really detailed work. But these are a great brand of brushes to get. Then I have this one that I use. It's a little bigger, that when I get any fallout from makeup, I can go in with this and just gently get rid of that too. So those are pretty much the eye brushes. Again, you use whatever works for you. It's just a preference. I like the LUXIE brushes. I like MORPHE. I like some no-names. I like BDELLIUM tools a lot, an awful lot. So those are some of my favorite eye brushes that I have. Of course, there's a lot of browns I haven't even tried yet, so someday I will. Okay, I'm going to talk about my IT Cosmetic brushes. I don't have very many of them. I just have a very small sample. I started out with this one, which is their Heavenly Luxe brush. When I signed up for one of their subscriptions to get their products, this came with it. I used to use this to do my blush, but it just ended up being a little too small. I honestly never used this end for anything, so it's gone unused, but this is the one I have. Now recently I went online to wish.com and I picked up a dupe set, which is really a fake. It actually came with these two brushes together. So let's do a little bit of side-by-side comparison. This is the real Heavenly Luxe. This is the fake. So I'm going to turn them both towards you. And you can see they look very, very similar. The fake one is a lot thinner. Doesn't have nearly as many bristles or height to it or width. When we get down to this end, that's pretty similar. And the only way I could really tell them apart was on the writing down here. On the real one, this part was up higher than the fake one. Again, I don't know if I can see that or not. Get a little closer. Focus. There we go. So you can see the writing's just a little bit off. Now, when it comes to the feel of them, that's where it's night and day. This real one, completely soft. This fake one, kind of scratchy. I mean, it's soft, but you can really feel the difference in the two. This one is a lot more firm than the real one. This one's got a lot more give to it. It's really great for blending. This one's going to do a tougher job of blending because it's stiffer. So that's kind of the difference. And then I don't have this kabuki brush to compare it to anything. I could tell you I wouldn't use it for foundation because it's just too soft. It's too flimsy. It doesn't have any bounce back to it. I mean, it would just do a horrible job blending everything in. I think you get a lot of brush streaks with it and everything. So, and you can see that there's some bristles that are not quite cut properly because they're sticking straight up. Now, for my real ones I do have, these are ones that I got that are part of a set they made for Ulta. I got these three. So they are the airbrush foundation brush, the airbrush powder, and the airbrush concealer brush. So these all came together in a kit. I honestly don't use them. I just don't. And then as a freebie, I got this little teeny tiny, what is this one? The airbrush blurring foundation mini kabuki brush. So I've tried them out. They're just not the style of brushes, I should say. Maybe I don't really have a need for anything like this. They're just small, so they don't fit into my needs. If they fit into your needs, awesome. They're just not for me. I also picked up some dupes of this bad boy over. I think this is another dupe for a brush of some sort. I got this off of Wish. I love this brush. This is like $3 or $4. Sometimes you can find it free and then you just pay for shipping. I have this one, and this one. So I got 3 of them because I'm using them all the time and I want to have them around me. They're so soft, they're so fluffy, they're so big. They just do an awesome job. And then I fell in love with them and I thought, oh, they have it gold. I want the gold one. Guess what? It's not as good. For starters, it's completely synthetic, icky. It's not as dense. It's really, it doesn't fall apart. It just doesn't have the denseness to it that you need to really get in there and hold your products. So I haven't even tried this one because I already can tell I'm not going to like it. I just don't like the feel of it. So love the one that comes in silver. Don't love the one that comes in gold. That's the moral of that story. Also, when I go back to my LUXIE brushes, let's grab some of those out of here. I've got a LUXIE 504. This is an angled brush. I could use this to go in and do my contouring, go down the jawline, just wherever you want to use that one. Then I've got the LUXIE Round Top Blender, which is the 532. That could be a great kabuki brush. I haven't used this one yet. And then this one I use all the time. It's the large powder brush, the 518, but I actually use it for my bronzer. So I love that. Going back to the Morphe 707 Copper Dream set, I use this one here, which is their flat brush to do my contour on my nose. You could use that pretty much anywhere that you want to do any contouring. And then I have a Morphe R2, which is another big fluffy brush that's great for doing any type of bronzing, powders, things like that. I also have the LUXIE 520 Tapered Face Brush. I use this one now for my blush. I like that because it's got the pointed end to it, so I can get right on the apples of my cheeks with it and then start blending it out with the side. So E.L.F has one that is very similar in shape, but a little bit shorter on the handle, but it gives you the same type of thing. I think this was like $6 off at E.L.F's website. You can pick it up at like Target and Walmart, places like that. Also got another E.L.F brush that you can use for contouring. It is another little flat one, a little bit bigger than the Morphe one that I use. Look at the size there, actually a lot bit bigger. And then I also have this Morphe that I use for doing some detailed highlighting. This one will really pack the highlight on compared to using my LUXIE 522 tapered highlighting brush. This one will give you a softer highlight, whereas this one really packs it on. So you can use the same amount of highlight with either one of these brushes and get a completely different look on it. Let's go into, let's see, this is the one of my Morphe. This is my Gunmetal G1. This is a great little rounded top brush just to get in there. Sometimes if I don't quite get my crease right, I want to clean my contour right, I want to clean that area up. I can do that right with this brush, get in there, and also do a little bit of fine buffing out of things, need be. And we always need to have some sort of a stippling brush to get in there and stipple and blend things in. This is another Morphe. It's the M436 brush. So this one is a dual fiber. You can see how you've got the different heights. The white is taller than the black, and that gets in there and just really helps blend your makeup in. Then last but not least, I've got my Artiste brush. So yes, I have the real thing. I really do enjoy this. I haven't used it for quite a while on my foundation because I've been using my Beauty Blender instead. But this one does a fantastic job of both cream, powder, or cream foundations, liquid foundations. It does a great job of doing your powders, your blushes, your bronzers, kind of doing all in one. It is so soft, and if I were to compare it to, I have one here. I always have brushes around here. Here's one of the dupes. It's a smaller one. But if you look at the texture, see, powder. So see how that one's got a lot of give to it? I mean, it's still very dense. This one, you can't even hardly see that it's moving at all. So these are more finely packed than compared to these. And if I were to press down on them, I can feel the difference. This one I can't even hardly press down at all. It just gives, whereas this one I can actually collapse down the bristles. That's what I'm trying to say. Bristles is the word. So there is a difference between the two. Does it really matter when it comes down to price? No, you can definitely get a whole, what, probably 2, 4, 6 sets of these of like 10 for what you would pay for one of these. So if you ever want to splurge, do it. Okay. That's, oh, guys, you sorry. If we want to get into more brushes, I have them here. I have a huge thing of brushes in front of me here. So you can see I have a lot there. I have more brushes. The brushes. Here. And there's still more back there. And then I still have this tub of brushes too. So yes, I have an excessive amount of brushes. Hello, my name is Karen, and I need a 12-step brush program that I can get into for my horrible addiction. So anyway, if you have any questions about my brushes, or if you have some favorites, some that maybe I should try that I don't have in my collection, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you about that. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, bye-bye.